call upon stage Toastmaster Divya for a pre-course speech, whose topic is ISM Diaries. ISM Diaries.
First of all, am I audible till the back? Woo! Not use the mic. So, life is like a roller coaster ride, and some of the biggest loops happen during the time spent in the college. Now you have some good experiences, some bad ones, and some very exciting ones. Well, when it is the good experiences, you definitely enjoy it. But when it's the bad ones, you get some lifelong lessons. And at the end, you have everything to embrace and cherish. And also, during this time, you have some on the top of the world experiences. And for me, one such on the top of the world experience was on December 4, 2021, when all my friends in the group were placed. And now was the time to celebrate. Now the time was to assemble back in the college, live the time we have in our hands, and the time to compensate for all that was lost. So what was the first thing that I did was to go to my parents and ask them and convince them that please let me go, please let me go. So I just prepared a big speech that, they will say don't go beta, and I'll be like no, please let me go. So I just prepared the speech and I went and said, I just proposed this idea that I want to go back to the college, and they were like, "जा Divya, जा, जीने दे हमें जिंदगी." Let us live our lives. So the first thing I did was took the first train that was available and came here to Dhanbad. And as the train arrived, and I was like waiting for two of my friends, and I told everyone that मेरे Karan Arjun आएंगे. They literally came like that running over there, and the moment I met them, there was this wave of happiness. And the source of this wave was the energy of our reunion. And that day, we just took a scooty, and we did tripling, and like the 3 Idiots scene was recreated, and we literally were roaming in Dhanbad. We roamed in Dhanbad for 1 day. And the reason was that we really wanted to relive all the moments that was lost. So that was a good part. Now let's skip to the scary part for me. Now when I reached the hostel, there was this room which was locked for 2 days, 2 years. And the door was locked, not the window. And now I just gathered all my strength and I was like, "Itni shakti hame dena data," and I just unlocked the room. I entered. And the room was in a devastated state, meeting my expectations completely. So I just hopped around like, is there something to, useful, or is there something in that end that I can use? And what I found was 80% of my good clothes and everything which I could have used were outside and all gone. So I was just picking one thing and throwing it out, and second thing and throwing it out. And I was like, how careless you could be, Divya. And slowly I realized what kind of dressing sense I had. So, and it was the time to, after अक्सर बनाते हैं, this is the time to get a new, closet for myself. So I called my parents like, all my clothes are gone, I need new clothes. During all these things, I found this diary on my table, which was in a good condition. So this is the diary which the final years over here could relate that we got when we entered the college. So the moment I opened this, I just got flashbacks of the first part of my college life. Okay, in my first year, I used to be super introvert and a super nerd kind of a person. Okay, I will go to the class, come back to the room, not interact with anyone, and I would really judge people. Why will they talk to each other so much? Why will they go for party? Why will they go for treats? What is there in it? Go to your room and see YouTube. Why are you interacting so much? So at that time, I used to write some poems. I used to write everything in my whatever I felt like. I did not share my feelings with anyone at that time. And I I even had this huge social anxiety in saying hi to people. So I would always think, should I say hi or not? And when I just read this diary, I wrote it in somewhat broken poetic form. I'll read this out to you. Will that person hear my voice? Should I wish or think it twice? What if he says, what is this noise? Who are you? I don't even recognize. With such thoughts blowing my mind, the answers were becoming hard to find. But by that time, that person would go in just a flick of time. That was just a high, not a tree to climb. And then I just kept this diary and put it aside like any other book I would generally do, and I just wanted to enjoy all the time that was left with me. So I went on trips. I just called my friends that come here and flex 10 times the enjoyment I was having just to call them back to the college. And after some time, the campus was closed. And now what fun could be done? But no, that was the golden time, I would say. Like, you have limited people in the college. There are friends you know, there are people you don't know. But you all have to hang out in the college. So at that time, I learned how to make friends. How to interact with people who are not from your club, who are not from your section, who are not from your branch. And believe me, everyone in ISM is a character. Is a So I really thought, where were these people all this time? But then I was thankful that I have these 4 months and I would enjoy this time. And I went for trips. For one trip, I just got an accident and the next day, and I was almost about to die, I thought. And for the next day, I went for another year, thinking maybe another COVID will come and I won't be able to live this life. So this is what happened. Now, during all this time, I would like to explain this thing in 4 lines. That roaming around like a free bird, who would have thought she would have been a nerd? Singing and dancing, sing and dance till your hair turn grey. Don't think of people, they will always have a say. So this is the 4 months I have experienced, and I will just say to you all that try everything you want to do and do it now. Like in my first year I wanted to do things, but I had written everything over here. I did not do. But in the final year, when I had done all the things, and now if I open my diary, I have everything in a repeated form. Like, okay, now you should study, you should improve in Toastmasters, you should sing, you should dance, you should write poems, and you should enjoy. And I have written this on almost every page. And had there been an R counter, he would have definitely said that there are repeated paragraphs instead of repeated words. So now if I see that, okay, all that I wanted to do, I have done without referring to this. So enjoy your lives, try everything you want to do, and trust no future, however present. Act in this present, and life is all about creating yourself, not knowing yourself.